After China, now Russia is suspected of building a weapon designed to knock out Starlink satellites, raising serious alarm among Western militaries and space experts. Western intelligence services believe Russia is developing a new anti-satellite weapon, specifically tailored to threaten Elon Musk's Starlink constellation. The claim was reported by Associated Press, which cited two unnamed NATO intelligence services describing the concept. These two services say Moscow is eyeing a zone-effect anti-satellite weapon, capable of affecting an entire orbital band rather than a single spacecraft. The system would work by flooding Starlink's orbits with dense pellets, potentially crippling multiple satellites in one strike. Analysts warn that such pellet clouds could cause catastrophic collateral damage in space, endangering many other satellites beyond Starlink. Western intelligence believes the main goal is to blunt Starlink's critical advantage for Ukraine's military communications in the war. According to media reports, the proposed weapon would scatter hundreds of thousands of high-density spherical elements into low Earth orbit. These pellets could reportedly disable or heavily damage several satellites at once inside Starlink's main 550-kilometer orbital shell. After the initial impact wave, debris and surviving pellets might then collide with other spacecraft before slowly decaying and falling back to Earth. Both the International Space Station and China's Tiangong Station, which operate in nearby orbital bands, could also be put at risk by such uncontrolled debris clouds. The basic weapon concept is an area effect cloud designed to disable many satellites at once rather than a single target. Its method would involve releasing high-density spherical pellets into low Earth orbit along key orbital shells. The primary target zone would be Starlink's main orbital shell around 550 kilometers altitude, where thousands of satellites fly. The launch platform could be small satellites not yet launched, deployed specifically to release these pellets on command. The major risk factor is uncontrolled debris that would threaten all orbital systems, not just those of the intended adversary. Russia already tested a direct-ascent anti-satellite missile in 2021 that blew up an old Soviet satellite, creating a dangerous debris field. In December, Moscow also announced deployment of S-500 systems, which it says are able to hit low-orbit targets as part of an integrated defense. Intelligence assessments suggest the new pellet-based system would be designed to hit multiple Starlink satellites in one go, not just a single unit. Concepts floated in these reports say pellets could be fired from yet-to-launch small satellites maneuvering in coordinated formations. S-500 is positioned as an air and missile defense system with the added ability to engage some low-orbit targets. Russian sources claim it can intercept certain satellites and ballistic threats passing through its engagement envelope. The system consists of ground-based batteries deployed inside Russian territory to protect strategic regions. Its anti-satellite role further militarizes an already crowded orbital environment and adds to space security tensions. Intelligence reports say Russia views Starlink as a grave threat to its war aims because of the connectivity it provides Ukraine. Starlink gives Ukraine high-speed internet links even during Russian strikes that damage ground infrastructure and fiber lines. The system supports Ukrainian armed forces' battlefield communications and real-time coordination of artillery and drone strikes. Russian officials have publicly warned that commercial satellites aiding Kiev could be considered legitimate military targets under their view of the war. Starlink provides secure communications and data connectivity for Ukrainian units at or near the front. It supports the coordination of artillery fire and drone strike missions through live links and mapping. It keeps internet access running for civilians and emergency services after Russian attacks on infrastructure. Starlink has become a symbol of the West's technological and space-based edge over Russia in this conflict. Canadian Space Commander Brigadier General Christopher Horner said such Russian capabilities cannot be ruled out given past developments. Horner referenced earlier US claims about Russian space weapons and research as context for judging the new intelligence. He added that developing a non-nuclear but highly destructive anti-satellite system is not implausible for a state like Russia with existing space programs. NATO intelligence on Russia is emerging alongside reports that researchers in China have been exploring how to neutralize Starlink by other means. Chinese research teams reportedly modeled a full Starlink shutdown above Taiwan using airborne jammers in a war scenario simulation. According to South China Morning Post summaries, they used assumptions involving 1,000 to 2,000 drones and balloons carrying jamming payloads. Teams from Zhejiang University and the Beijing Institute of Technology were said to have led this simulation work. The model incorporated real Starlink orbit data over a 12-hour window above eastern China to make the scenario more realistic. The study examined how to completely jam Starlink in a clash around the island, showing that both Russia and China see the network as a key wartime asset to counter.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.